Father Pat is with us this morning for our Monday conversation. And Father, as we normally do, we take a look at your newsletter article, and which also coincided with a little bit with your homily this weekend regarding Saint Ignatius and the Eucharist. And as the headline indicated, as Saint Ignatius said, the Eucharist and Christ is an antidote to immortality.
Yeah. So this Sunday we concluded our reading from chapter 6 of St. John's Gospel, the Bread of Life Discourse. And so this week in my newsletter article, I referred to St. Ignatius of Antioch, who lived in the beginning of the 2nd century there, and it was the second bishop of Antioch. Antioch was the place where people were first called Christians, and he was arrested by the Romans and kind of paraded from Antioch all the way around over to Rome. And while he went, they allowed him to visit with people. And as he went through these villages and as he came back, he started writing letters to them. And in the letters, his belief in the real presence is really made clear, that he has this, he specifically says that, look, there'll be people who deny the Eucharist and just, they'll separate and just let them separate, right? That he really believed in the real presence. And in believing in the real presence, he also emphasized the importance of the unity of the church, which I emphasized in my homily this weekend, talking about how we do believe the Eucharist truly brings us into the body of Christ and makes us one in the body of Christ. And if we're going to be one in the body of Christ, we have to be of one mind. And so it's important that we be united together through the teachings of Christ, through the teachings of the church, and that when we receive the Eucharist, that we're at least struggling, we're at least striving to be united with the teachings of Christ, the teachings of the church, that we're not complacent about our understanding or defiant even about our positions on things, but that, we're really struggling to grow in that love of Christ and to understand the church's teachings and to follow the church's teachings, to be one in mind with the church, with the body of Christ. Part of the inspiration for my homily today was a video that Father Mike Schmidt put out last week. We'll have the link to that video here in the newsletter, where he talked about the issue of abortion and the issue about politicians who support abortions. And a couple of months ago, the bishops agreed to put out a statement, a document about the Eucharist. And part of that document, part of that statement that they're putting out on the Eucharist is going to be about how to worthily receive the Eucharist, how you have to be of one mind, one thought with the church as you receive the Eucharist. And so there's a lot of political implications there, and political implications with the Catholic politicians, the White House, and Congress, in very influential positions across our nation. And, the question came up is, well, should we deny them the Eucharist? And in my homily, I quoted a congressman who tweeted after it that Father Mike Schmidt refers to in his video, where he's like, I dare the church to deny me communion, to deny me Eucharist. And, Father Mike Schmidt made the comment in his video about how dangerous that statement is. And I talked about, how dangerous and how ignorant, right? That communion is to bring us into communion with the body of Christ. And so we have to at least be striving to be in that union. Now, we are all sinners and we all stray away. And in God's mercy, God is always calling us back. And it's that struggle that counts, but we can't be defiant against the teachings. And I encourage you to watch Father Michael Schmidt's video on this topic. He does a much better job than I have and that I can in discussing this. But it's really important. And as I said, both in my homily and Father Schmidt makes this same comment in his video. At the end of the day, the issue is not a political issue. The issue is what are we doing? I made the comment, which is in the video, that David Ramsey says, we shouldn't worry more about the White House than we do about our own house. This question of being in union with the church and with the church's teachings and all, we should be questioning ourselves every time we receive the Eucharist. And that's why it's important to make confession a regular part of your life, that you really strive, you really struggle with the issues, you really struggle with temptation, you struggle with those things to make sure that you are receiving the Eucharist worthily, that you are trying to be in union with Christ, with his teachings, with the teachings of the church. And so this is the real importance of the Eucharist. It was the part that I emphasized in my homily, is that we really truly receive the Eucharist worthily. The other implication of receiving the Eucharist is that we are committing ourselves to being part of the body of Christ, that we're committing ourselves to serve the Lord in the ministry he's got, that unique ministry. This was a great weekend. We had our Come and See ministry fair, had all of our ministries out there. We had great attendance there. If you didn't get a chance to come to the Come and See, we've got information out on the website and all about our ministries. We'll be putting more information out there, but it's really important that you discern how God is calling you into ministry and what are those ministries or organizations, small communities to get a part of. So it was a great weekend. We had a great time at our Come and See ministry fair. Mm-hmm.
Father Pat, I know you have a busy week being away for the next few days, so we will talk to you sometime very soon, and we wish you well. And as always, your thoughts and comments are helpful on this Monday morning.
Okay.
Thanks.